It's cool.
Oh, we're back. Hold on, you
Hi.
guys. I am
How's it going?
turning off. I just like to keep this thing on. Okay. Just so I can see if there's anything. Hi, David.
Hi.
Hi. Are you streaming to your platforms, dear sir?
Well, I can fix that real quick. I was waiting until you got going, then I could get going.
No, I think we're a go. I think we are. Hold on. First of all, my headset didn't come in time, so I'm using Mike's gaming headphones,
Yeah,
and they are a treat to say the least.
yeah.
My love, David, how are you?
Great. How you doing?
I'm good.
That's what's
I
up.
I'm doing good. How are you doing, kind sir?
I'm here. I'm here. I'm becoming, a better me. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. That's.
Welcome back. I wanted to try to get I need to learn how to use this damn thing I bought last time when we were doing the
Oh, there
real
it is.
time podcast.
I
Oh,
see
you're
it.
on?
Yeah, I
Well,
see it.
hi. Hi, David.
Hi,
On
hi.
all of your platforms. Hi, David. Me and
Uh,
this okay. First
I'm.
and foremost,
Yeah, yes, 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 yes.
no eyelash. First, hold up. Let me show you what we looking like. Wait.
Oh yeah, we look
You look
like real professional and
I
stuff.
look cute.
Look at
I
that.
look so cute.
Aha! We back, y'all. We back.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Oh wait.
Ah,
Listen. Oh yeah. Yeah. Is it what month is this?
like that. Like we missed a lot of stuff, man.
We did. We
We missed so
did.
much stuff.
Oh my gosh, we did. So many things that we could have really truly like tackled and had a lot of a lot of fun with. And
Yeah, yeah.
some serious things too because yeah, the submarine, the lady going missing. There was another what did you send me earlier today? There's
Oh yeah,
something you sent me earlier today.
the truck driver out of Houston that
Yeah,
ended
no,
up going over to where is she at? Dubai.
Dubai.
Dubai. Yeah, and she ended up getting into an altercation with a male over there. She yelled at him, and of
Mhm.
course, over there, women are not treated as equals, and she got locked up.
Not allowed to raise their voice.
No,
That is
so
correct.
she was over there with a male friend, and apparently they held the male for about a week and let him go. And then she's been over there for, I think, well, last time I was reading, I think it was like a month.
Mhm. She's been over there for a while and they're going to charge her because they have video evidence of her of her what do you call it? Um what she did. So, hi Mike. Thanks for tapping in.
Oh, good.
They have video evidence and so somebody I was reading before you sent it to me, I actually seen it on I saw it on I want to say Instagram. I think I seen it on Shade Room, and that what Mike just said is what they were saying in the Shade Room. A bunch of comments were like, "You got to know the laws, especially when you're going in international waters or international places. You got to know what their rules are, especially like Middle Eastern places where equality for women is not the same."
Right.
Like they don't really care. I mean, hell, I mean, obviously Russia is not the same as Dubai, but hello, you
Exactly.
see what they had to do just to get Brittany. What's her last name?
Garner.
Garner. Yeah, they had to
Yeah.
do to get her home, and yeah, ignorance of the law is not an excuse. David, can you see comments
No, I don't. I don't see the
up
comments.
up in your comment box? Then listen, let me tell you something. Right when the other podcast was going is when I was starting to get used to magnetic eyelashes, right? And my son,
Magnetic. You got metal in your
yes,
face?
no, it's magnetic. First of
How,
all,
how does the magnets?
you need to know more about women.
Look,
So
look.
the it's
I'm
it's a
single. I don't know about this stuff.
but you were
I'm used
married
to
at
y'all drawing
one
stuff
point.
on. I mean, I was married a while ago, so I don't
No,
know about this
so
new stuff that
what you
y'all
do
doing.
is you take an eyeliner, magnetic eyeliner, and you put it on your eyelid just like eyeliner, and then you put Iron Man lashes your ass. Then you wait and cool it off or not cool it off like and then you put the damn
So it's
thing
hot.
on there.
It's hot when you
No,
put
it's
it
not
on.
hot. It's not
Then
hot. You
why
got to
you
let
gotta
it
cool it
dry.
off?
You got to let
Oh,
it
okay.
dry. Well,
Okay.
okay, let me rephrase that. Regular eyelash adhesive you have to let dry.
Okay.
I just am in the habit of going like this, so maybe that's why I think you got to let it dry. I don't
Uh,
know if you have to actually let it dry or not, but
uh,
I think it gets more sticky when you let it dry. So you let it dry and then you stick the eyelash on there. But the problem is that I have an 8-year-old who thinks that he knows everything. And so
so he
right
put the
before,
eyelashes on.
no, he hid my eyelashes. So I only got the snuffleupagus ones that are like this.
You got them daggum
Look
broom
at him.
handle eyelash. Oh my god!
Just look.
I'm so glad the
Exactly.
wind
A
ain't
boom
blowing.
handle.
Supposed to be like,
Listen, if the wind was blowing, it'd be like, pew, 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 pew. They'd be like going like this. My
throwing up
eyelash,
signs.
my right. Damn, you know me so. I was just about to say that. My eyelash
Mm,
be throwing up, but they keep
what
getting
up?
stuck on
What
my
up, P?
glasses. I'm about to have to take these glasses off. Look,
Oh, okay. Take the glass
look,
out. You gotta be extra
no,
cute for everybody.
no. I don't
Uh-huh.
know why. Mike says I'm crazy because I literally get dressed. I do everything except put shoes on. Like I got perfume on and shit and everything. I
Hey, you gotta
don't.
set the tone. You gotta set the tone. I'm over
I
here.
don't know why.
I don't even know where I'm at. I'm in some white people's house somehow. I don't know. I was
Listen,
playing around with this thing and it just popped up like this. So I'm just like, all right, we're just gonna go with it. Just
listen.
go.
I don't want to be like. I gotta be ready just in case this goes viral. I don't want to be like that one chick. Oh my god, nigga. Her name is Whitney. Her
Well,
name is I
do
follow
that
her. She's like a
anyway.
comedian, but she went on to that guy's podcast. Look Mike's gaming thing. Hello.
I'm
Shh,
gonna tell you
shh.
that.
Make it right. Yeah, I had to borrow that. I need to go back to my AirPod. And they're crooked too. I think they're crooked. I don't even know. They look crooked, don't they? Hold on.
Yeah, you
Better?
had to go ahead and adjust it on the bun. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that's why, because I was supposed to straighten my hair, but I went bowling instead. So I was
Priorities. Priorities.
I was supposed to
We going
straighten my
bowling.
hair,
That's what
but
we
I
doing.
went bowling. I was supposed to straighten my hair and fry some chicken. But I don't know why. But I didn't do no fry because I went bowling. Because I went bowling and I got a strike.
Took
Ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba.
one.
I did no. Hell no. I did a 170. You know my average been like shit lately. I ain't been able to bowl in over almost 2 years. Solid bowling. So I'm getting back up to that 151, consistency, but then that oil pattern change and it's like beep beep. Not so funny.
So, you know what we
Yes.
should talk about?
I'm ready. Let's go. Let's jump right
Let's
in.
jump right in. So,
Let's jump right. Hold on.
okay, I
Okay.
wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. So,
My bad. That's only gangster shit I got on my audio box.
it's all good. We can go to the next episode. We'll work it out. So, let's go ahead and talk about Tish Kanani. Because
Kanani. Freaking
see,
Nani. Not
see,
K
that's why we
Nani.
talking about it. We talking about it so people know how to say it.
Oh my God. I know you did not just play with me. I know you did not just play with me. Listen, all the Hawaiian people around the world is about to be pissed off at you. Don't you ever be so
Hey,
okay.
hey,
Don't play with me.
hey.
No, it is pronounced Tish Kanani.
Okay.
Kanani. When I was
So,
growing up, people used to always say Punani. Sorry. you know,
see, we were trying to make
squirrel.
the transition over
Go
to
ahead.
why you went to this name, what it means, and then what you're doing on the TikTok.
Yes, let's go. We'll talk about what we're both doing on social media platforms.
All
Wait,
right.
before my sister says, I thought he said chaotic. I felt like it was fitting. Tish chaotic.
That sounds
Yeah,
about
that
right.
works. Yeah, I
Mhm.
might as well make a
I was
logo
gonna
for
say
that. Make me
Konani,
a
but
T-shirt. What? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Konani.
Okay, so let's talk about what we're doing.
All right, let's do it.
Everybody, a lot of people that know me personally know that I cook like
Mhm.
crazy. And so, obviously, a few years ago, maybe a year ago, maybe a few years ago, 2022, it's been about a year or so, I started making actual cooking videos because a few people asked me, can you do a recipe for me to learn how to do different things you do? And I was like, okay, cool. Well, the writing down while I was cooking was not working. So I was like, you know what? Let me start doing videos. So I
Mhm.
started recording the process of me cooking different things. So because I don't measure, that was like a big thing. I don't measure. So it was like, okay, let me put this in there. And then I'm like, oh, how much was that? I don't know. But if I videoed it, it was easier for me to go back and be like, you know what? That was about a tablespoon. That was about a teaspoon. That was about a quarter cup, whatever, whatever. Or you seen what I did.
Mhm.
So it became really easy for me to start making the videos. And so then there was this thing when Reels first started getting to be Reels, short videos or whatever, kind of like Facebook was competing with TikTok and other platforms
Yeah,
for
but you know it
short
all
form content.
originated from Vine, so
Right, exactly.
Mhm.
Yes, and memes and stuff. So, short form content basically. So I was like, "You know what? Let me just get into doing some short form content." I started posting the food videos, and at the beginning, I didn't care about presentation and all of that, like making it look all pretty. All I cared
Mhm.
about was to make sure that it tasted amazing. But
Right.
then as I started growing followers, I started realizing that they can't taste this, so they need to see that. So now I'm I'm working on building both and balancing both. So balancing, of course, the flavor is on point ridiculously, but
Mhm.
and you know that. Um, but also I want to make it visually pleasing as well. So I started making the videos, posting them on different social media platforms. One went completely ridiculously crazy, like 2 point something million views,
Jeez.
just because I love Jack Daniel sauce. That TGI Fridays used to be my favorite spot when I was like in my 20s. Well, obviously, we don't have that anymore, so I had to learn how to make it. So
Mhm.
I learned how to make it, and I did a video on making it, and that video went crazy, just ridiculously crazy. And it was so like it was so crazy at the time. I did a video right behind it of my sister throwing a strike ball on my turn, or gutter ball on my turn, and that went crazy. That hit almost a million views right after. So, I really pulled up on quite a bit of followers doing that. And
Mhm.
now I took a hiatus just for recovery purposes. And so now I'm getting back into it. My phone is full of videos from cooking, and I just have to find the time to edit and post, edit and post, edit and post, so people can see some of the things I've been doing. But a lot of people saw the cinnamon rolls that I did a catering order the other morning, which were freaking amazing. And then
Which I didn't even get one, but
that's
whoo,
okay, I got you. I didn't
mhm.
get a turkey leg either, but ain't see me
Hold on,
complain.
hold
Just
on there.
saying, just
Because the
saying.
last time I had turkey legs and I called you up, I said, "Hey, Tish, where you at?"
I
Uh,
was I was at the wedding, I believe. Wasn't I at the wedding?
See, I was still
Yeah.
in
Oh
my neck of the
yeah.
wood, and I called you. So don't say I didn't get a turkey leg. And I know my sister's watching, and she got a turkey leg, so you can't come back to me talking about
Listen, I didn't get a turkey leg. Thank you, Janika Smith. That's cooking from the heart. You doggone right. If y'all see any of my posts recently, me and my brother were talking about how I season the greens that I make. He asked me how I
Mhm.
season them, and I told him everything I put in them, and he was like, "Okay, cool, thank you." And then he was like, "Wait a minute, so no measurements?" And I was like, "Oh no, you just stop when the ancestors whisper.
When the ancestors
When the
started whispering
ancestors
to your
start whispering
spirit,
to you, stop.
and you just hear it. It's
When
just like
you
you
just get
try to
that,
go ahead and force some more into it, and then they just snatch it
listen."
back. Like, nah, you good, you good.
But you know how I learned how to cook so well though?
How you do it?
Trial and error. I'm
Oh
not
man.
even kidding. Like you can ask anybody. I learned because I would literally just kind of get used to, okay, shake this many times.
Mhm.
that don't look a lot, or I can smell it. That smells like it's
That's
too much.
that's
That
it right
smells like
there.
it's just enough. Like that's how when I learned how to make sweet potato pies. I didn't even make sweet potato pies. Let me just say that. That is my husband's one of his favorite dishes during the holiday, one of his favorite desserts.
Mhm.
And his grandmother made it the way he absolutely loved it, and she passed away. So that following holiday season, he was like, oh man, like he was really upset that she was not around. And his mom makes them too, but it was something about the way his grandma made them for him that he just, his moms were good and he loved his moms, but
It's
it
that
was just
love,
something
man.
about the way,
That
yeah, of
love
course
in it.
his mom can bake. My mom and his mom can both
I mean, I
throw
know they
down
can
in that.
burn, but I mean, it's something about it. Some people
Yeah.
they put a certain spin on it. You can get their recipe.
Je ne sais quoi.
Yeah,
Right. Well, you know what I had to
you can
do?
recreate the whole thing. You know?
That's what I had to do. I had to recreate, and I had like you can ask him. I had about 6 or 7 bowls of cinnamon rolls. I'm talking about cinnamon rolls.
That's
I
all you
had like
think
six or
about.
seven
I
bowls
like that
of
one.
sweet potato pie mix without the eggs. Each bowl did not have eggs in it yet. And I wrote down exactly how much I put of this or what I put in it, because some didn't call for this or some didn't call for that. Some was just white sugar, some was brown sugar and white sugar, some was a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So I took the different recipes that I knew and I took the base of them and okay, why did they add this? Why did they use heavy cream? Why did they, you know what I'm saying? So I
Mhm.
wrote it all down and he tasted each and he's like, nah, that's not it. Nah, that's not it. Nah, that's not it. So I had to go back the next day, get more sweet potatoes. And then I was like, okay. And he like I think the third batch, he was like, that's it. And I was like, thank you, God. Hallelujah. Praise God. And I just memorized that recipe. I memorized what I did. And then now I'm at the point to where I do not measure it again. Like when I first did it, I would measure exactly how much I did when I was trying to mimic it. And then once I mimicked it, I do it like the back of my hand now. And now I've made it my own because I pulled in what he loves so much, but I pulled in what I love about it.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's just, you know,
Man.
hold on.
Mhm.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, okay,
And so what
okay.
I'm trying to do, obviously we have the podcast. You and I are relaunching this podcast together. Thank you so much. I love you so much for that.
Mhm.
And I'm just working on all my other platforms now and getting back into the saddle of content creation, you know?
Well,
What
I
about
just
you?
I just want to say that your videos. I mean, your intro, it gets you. It's one of your videos when you say, "Hello, sunshine." Hello,
Hey
sunshine.
sunshine.
Hey.
But
It's
you
like,
know what?
uh-huh.
One of my followers had asked me one time. They were like, "Do you say hey sunshine because like Auntie Tab?" And I was like, "No. If you know me, if you for real know me, two things I always say. What's up, love bug? Hey, sunshine. If you worked with me, I take the earliest shift I can, 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. I try to get in and get out like a
Mhm.
thief in the night. But if you work with me, then you know when I come into the office, I'm always like, "Hey, sunshine, good morning," and everybody be like, "Oh my God, here come Tish. Sit down somewhere." But that's just how I've always greeted people. So that was just one of the things that just you seen it when I started doing it. You were like, "Keep doing it, keep
Yep,
doing it."
that's it. That's it,
So I
man.
was
As soon
like, "All
as you
right,
come through, I was like, "Yep, that's it."
I
Like
need
I
to
was
get it
letting.
tattooed right here."
Okay, okay,
But that was just my thing. And if you know me, I always call people love bug. You seen I said it to you when you first got on.
yeah.
And I always say, "Hey, sunshine." It's just one of those things I do.
Shoot, all I know is I could be doing something, and how the reels will just kind of be going on your phone. You're not paying attention, and want to
Yeah.
pop up. I'm like, up, up. There go Tish.
Thank you. Somebody said that about TikTok, and they were like, actually, some of the people that follow me on TikTok, which I don't even have a huge like Facebook, I have like 50,000 followers, but like YouTube, I have 92. I have
It's all right.
92
We'll get the
followers,
numbers up. We'll
and
run
then
the numbers.
oh yeah, most definitely TikTok. I have I don't know, maybe 500, 600. Instagram, maybe 1,000. I don't even know how many I have on those other platforms, but I was at work one day and this girl comes over and she had sat across from me for a while and she comes over and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I heard you talking the other day." And I was like, "She sounds just like the girl I watch cook on TikTok." And I was like, "Huh?" And she's like, "Let me show you her videos." And it was a
There's
video.
the
It was
video.
my video. I was like, "Yeah, I sound just like her cuz that's me." And same thing with Mike. He was at work and one of his boss friends or a coworkers, colleagues, I don't know what I don't remember the status, but they were like, "Hey, I saw this video of this girl making some cabbage. You should tell your wife." And he was like, "That is my wife." So it's always fun
Like
to
I was
have
there when
that.
it happened, bro. I'm trying to
Yeah.
tell you, I witnessed it, but it's all
He
good.
always his favorite line is that's why he can't lose no weight.
Nah,
That's why I
hold on,
can't
hold
lose
on,
no weight.
hold on. Let me see something. I know why he can't lose no weight. I know exactly why he can't lose no
And
weight.
that's little
You
Mike.
see this? You see this? That's
What
why
is
he
he
can't lose
doing?
no weight. He just sitting there with John at work
Eating.
and
Oh my gosh.
post that mess on Snapchat. That's why.
Who's on Snapchat? Wait a minute. Who's on Snapchat?
John.
Oh, see, I'm not friends with John.
Oh yeah, I said he
Ayo
was talking.
Spin,
He was talking
say hi to.
about his shirt because he said that it's definitely a pink shirt. It's like it, all I could think of.
Oh,
All I could think of is when we were having that conversation the other day about him converting over. Like, hey guy, the pink shirt. Like, hey guy, how you doing?
wait a minute. Wait a minute. People aren't gonna understand that laugh, but listen, that was probably one of the funniest conversations that we've had in a long time because he came home today. He didn't tell me about that. He came home today and he says, "Is this shirt salmon? Would you consider it salmon?" And I knew the way he said it. I knew it was a conversation at work. I knew it.
Yeah,
I was
boy.
like, "Yeah, it's salmon." He was like, "Oh, I kind of thought it was hot pink."
That means they were talking
But
about
yeah.
that shirt all
Oh
day long
yeah.
at work.
Oh
You can't
yeah.
wear pink at the construction job. You can't do that. They're not
Listen, when
going
you
to. Mm,
I ain't even gonna say nothing about his
that.
employment options, but what I will say is you and me had this conversation last week, a couple days ago. We talked about this already.
Mm-hmm.
And your boy, uh wait a minute, is my eyelash coming off? I'm about to be like that girl.
You
Oh
better
my god.
snatch it off. Look.
I'm about to. I'm not even gonna care about it. You have a oh look. See, I'm not the only one now. We was about to get into you. There you go, right there.
Hey, yo, Spin. That's what I'm talking about. What's up, Brandon? Good to hear and see you on the Podmcast. Yeah,
The
yeah.
bottom cast.
The Podmcast.
Really?
Yeah. So Brandon, me and him, we used to work back in the day at
I figured I would just
nobody
give you some.
cares.
Y'all don't mind my over there. One
So
day I'll get my life right over there.
Brandon, he used to work at Nebraska Furniture Mart with me back in the day. And then we
Mm.
also this actually transitions to something else we were talking about earlier. We used to do mentorship at the Boys and Girls Club. So we used to go in and do
Mm.
artistry development. We would teach kids how to use Ableton, and we would do like rapping exercises and poetry and stuff like that.
Okay. When you said
Yeah,
rapping, I was thinking gift wrapping. Don't mind me.
you know what? I'm trying my best not to
Don't mind
drop
me.
this one
Don't
word.
mind me. Sorry. Judge your mother. Don't judge me.
Look here.
Somebody.
Look here.
Anyway, sorry.
So
Go back to your rapping.
yeah, so yeah, the kids used to do all kinds of different things, and we ended up working with that particular unit over in Independence. They ended up getting voted. I think it was all across the United States, all the different Boys and Girls Clubs. They did a cipher that year, and our club.
Thank
No,
you.
it was not gift wrapping.
Thank you. Thank you. You was like, we used to do some rapping, and I'm thinking Boys and Girls Club, you Christmas time, y'all was rapping Christmas girls. I'm not by myself.
You know what's
You are
wrong with you?
not alone. Sorry. Go ahead. My bad.
Right, they got chose
Then I wonder
to
why my
fly
son does
to
that in public.
Atlanta because of the competition, and they ended up doing some big things. And the crazy
Mm.
thing about that program, the kids that we work with, they ended up starting their own record label, and they still work together doing videos and stuff now.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah,
So you guys truly now that's really important to me, which I know we discussed that we're going to talk about that more in depth on a different episode, but I
yeah,
think that that's truly um super important because what you do in
yeah.
someone's life right now
They work
is
talented.
it can play a role on how they develop into who they are in adulthood, like mentorships. I remember still to this day the people who were influential in my life, and it made a big difference. So definitely kudos to you. I've already put my applause button twice today, so I'm not gonna hit it again, but round
Whatever.
of applause. What they used to do on In Living Color. Not
What? Two snaps it around the world.
yes. Sorry.
Hated
I
it.
told you I have a memory of those fun moments in my life.
There's nothing wrong with that. So,
Yeah.
getting back to it. So, the other guy that I was telling you about, his name is
Yes.
Winston Frazier.
Okay.
Um, hopefully, I can work it out to figure out when we can get him on. But right now, he's been working with Kick Ministries, and basically, he's been working with young men, uh, just doing a program that he started back at the Boys and Girls Club when he was a director there. So he had a program that I used to go mentor with called Advancing in Manhood, and the kids that he said push the button. So,
There you go, Brandon. He gets the button. Wait, I don't even know.
oh my god, push the buttons.
Wait till I
So
figure out what all the buttons do. I pushed them
so
all the other day, but anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
so
Sorry.
he started off doing that at the Boys and Girls Club, and then he ended up going to a non for profit that gave him more power to affect more youth. So it got to the point where this man, he lives and breathes.
Stop reading
he,
the comments.
he lives and
Stop reading the
breathes.
front.
I can't help it. It just pops up there. It's like, squirrel. So he started working with these youth at the Boys and Girls Club. They followed him over to Kick, and now they're going to college, and he's still with them. So I mean that says a lot about him and
And his
what he's going.
influence.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
walking. And so with that being said, I had a conversation with him the other day, and he was just saying that he's just but one man doing this, you know, and it would be nice to have other men to come in and actually mentor too. So of course,
Mm.
I'm gonna go and put my name in the hat to help out whenever I can because that's my brother. But just to know that the kids that he started out with that I've witnessed him interacting with are still there with him now and going to college playing ball and none of them strayed off and did anything crazy and if we had more people like that as far as parents or grandparents that are able to step in and make that difference in the kids life when they're young, I feel like it wouldn't be as much of a struggle to grab them when they're older, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. And we wouldn't be dealing with a lot of the things and situations that we deal with, you know, kids and adaptability really. And we've on the previous episodes, we've definitely really had like, you know, talked about those kinds of things because it's important. Like our when people I always want to sing, I believe the children are future. But
See,
that's true.
right,
It's so
right.
true. And I know I be joking about
It's
some of this stuff, but
see
it truly is.
the problem with that is we had it wrong.
Okay.
That song had it wrong. It just says, "I believe the children are our future." If that's the case, our future is now because the kids are here. It's not wait until tomorrow.
Did you smoke before you came on? You know
No,
how somebody is like, I
I'm
swear the
sorry. My
children
M
is
system is blowing over
now.
here. I know it looks like
I don't even
I'm on
smoke,
fire.
but I be watching enough TV to know that that's what happens.
Yeah.
right?
See,
Okay.
I'm zoning, man. I'm trying to pod
I
here.
thought you was about to. I completely agree with that though, that because I've gotten to the point to where I joke a lot, and if you know me personally, you know that I like to just make light out of every situation. I don't want to be in the dark on or whatever, but I I know that like parenting is a complicated thing sometimes, and there's a fine line between having to discipline and being that cool friend parent. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? But sometimes you're just like moseying on in life and your parenting life. And like yesterday, I joke about what Mike might be saying because I'm telling you, Mike says the craziest shit. I'd be like, what the heck? But then I realized that a lot of it is from, YouTube or TikTok or whatever. And I'm one of those parents, Mike and I are both. We've both paid a lot of attention to what Mike is listening to. So if we hear anything that don't sound right, cuss words or what they're saying, or even like some of the rap music he's listening to on not rap music, but like TikTok rappers that he's
Right.
listening to, I'm like, change that. Why, mom? He said no, because he's talking about like the way that he phrased it didn't sound like it, but basically what he just said was he's about to somebody, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
unalive them. And I'm
Hmm.
like, no, that's not cool. And then, but so you have to kind of, you can't parent everything, right? But at the same
Hmm.
token, you have to be as present. But I'm around Mike quite a bit. So is
Right.
his dad. But some parents don't have that, aren't privy to that. So how do you monitor so much? You got to have that's why they say it takes a village,
That's
because
right.
you can't
Yeah.
always be present. And
Right.
so that's really a big thing, because I'm telling you, I'm around him all the time and I still miss some of the videos. But
Mm.
then there are certain things that he'll do that will reassure me that we are instilling something into him, because he'll say, "Mom, can I subscribe to this guy's YouTube channel?" And I'm like, "Why do you want to subscribe?" "Well, he teaches me about God and about being a better person and how to read the Bible better and stuff like that." And this is like a teenager that he wants to follow on YouTube. And I was like, "Yeah, I went and researched him, of course." And I was like, "Yeah, you can follow him." Because those are the type of people I want you to follow. I want you to
Right.
follow somebody that's going to teach you in a positive manner, you
Hmm.
know? And you're an 8-year-old kid, you're influenceable at this point of your life. So I need
Right.
to make sure that this is what. But then you got those times where we're just laying and everybody watching things, or I'm in the store looking at a carpet shampoo and I'm like, "Oh, I want this one with the hose." And he's like, "I got hose. I got hoes in different area codes." And then he was like, "Area code." I was like, "I mean, hose like a tube, fool. What do you?" I just looked at him like, and I can't even say nothing about him because guess who let him watch YouTube? Who needs a spanking, me or him?
Well, I just want to say this about old nephew over there. I
Oh my
mean,
goodness.
he's a character, and I think what it is this: he's living with two comedians anyway.
Oh my gosh.
So
And we
so
funny together too.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. And y'all both be roasting and acting stupid. What do you expect? You know,
Mm.
it's,
And that's what he do. He be
apple.
roasting me.
The
He
apple don't fall
practices.
far from the tree.
It should have. And you know whose tree it really whose tree it really did not fall far from
That
is
is
that one's
classic
right
record.
there. This one right here.
I know he was probably listening to that mess driving down the street with that boy in the back. That's what it was.
No, let me tell you, there was something I forgot what Mike said the other day. Mike said something, and Mike started singing a rap song based on what Mike said, and Mike kind of looked at him and he was like, "Oh, that's not what you meant." I want to say it was a trivial. I want to say it was a trivial song. I don't even remember what the song was, but I, I was just like, Lord have mercy. That's him. N- Okay, let me stop. I'll take
Mhm.
credit for what I do.
I was
I
gonna say,
don't.
did you forget you sing?
I'm always doing something.
Exactly.
Not just singing, but you know what he could do? He could cook and he cleans them dishes. He don't want to clean his room, but he was like, "How about I'll make you a deal? I'll wash the dishes." But guess what he washed the dishes with?
The dishwasher.
You damn right, just like his daddy. That's why
He said, "I might not actually
they the
bust
only
the
two to use a
stud, but
dishwasher.
I
Them is the
know
only two to use a dishwasher. And don't even use it right. They do you know how much it costs electricity it costs to run that dishwasher?
Mm-mm.
They put 5 things in it in one spoon.
Just airing out all the laundry. Mike, I'm sorry, man. She putting you on blast, man. I ain't
Hey,
know that's what you're doing with the dishwasher. You know,
truth hurts.
it does.
Truth is, I never got over you.
So
Anyway,
yeah, yeah,
we
yeah.
got some fun episodes coming up though, because we're gonna tap into, and we're hopefully gonna get um your friend on the
Yeah, yeah,
podcast.
yeah,
My
yeah.
cousin, he actually has a mentoring program in California too. So I would love to see if he has time to kind of chime in, if nothing more, to at least be a part of the conversation, because he has a lot of. I was telling you, he does a lot with the youth in California, and he's branched off into all these other things, and it's just an amazing thing. And then, um, we've talked about some of the everybody in the Black community. We all know that we're starting to talk more about mental health
Right,
and just
right.
self love, really self help, things like that. Because sometimes mental health can be minimal things, just changing certain habits to
I
making
mean,
yourself more positive.
let's
So we're going to tackle
let's
that
let's
too.
let's, let's just be honest with the whole idea of mental health when it comes to the Black community. Uh, Before COVID hit, most of us were told just suck it up, Buttercup, and deal with it.
Mm,
You know,
mm,
we were never really taught how to process a lot of trauma or even address it for one, and then also being able to show emotions like from a male perspective, we were never really taught how to show emotions towards other males. So building up other males and providing the atmosphere of growth and encouragement, it never really happened until we actually started having to get locked in and be forced to look at the mirror, with a
right.
lot of the stuff, with COVID. So hopefully when we bring on Kishori and Erica, they'll be able to talk a little bit more on coaching, how to deal with the anxieties and just
Yeah.
being able to process all the things that are going on in your mind, because a lot of times when you have time, how they say the idle mind is the devil's workshop. You
Mm,
have a
yeah.
lot of time just to sit there and just brood in that negative atmosphere. And if you're not putting any type of positivity in yourself, more than likely you're going to end up just sabotaging any type of progress you could be making, just because you just see these cloudy days. You know.
See, let's back up, because you about to tap into it before we even get to tap into it. It is baking in the oven, and you about to pull the whole tray out.
Hey, look,
Stop
man,
playing. Stop
look,
playing.
look, look, look.
Get your hand out the cookie jar. Get your hand out the cookie jar, because you're not. I mean, you are nailing the topic, and we all know that, because we are getting better as black in the Black community, or just Black and brown community. To be honest, we're
Mhm.
getting better at learning to address it. But, but, but don't get your hand out the cookie pot.
Okay,
Let's go
okay,
backwards.
okay.
Let's go backwards. Let's talk about some stuff that we listen. Okay, I don't want to joke about this submarine, but I will say because I'm a
I
flip. I'm
mean,
a flip real
I
quick.
just want to
The
know: do I need
memes.
to pilot it with the blue one, or do I need
Oh my
the
god.
white one? I
Wait a
need to
minute.
know. I need
Were
to know
you
which
ready for
one I need.
that?
I just need to know.
Was you ready for that? I just need to
Uh,
know that.
I mean, I'm ready. I'm
Oh my god.
put me in, coach.
So many $250,000 to
I mean,
be
look,
playing
how much is
Madden.
getting paid? I want some. I got a blue one. Let's
Oh
go.
my god. And that's what it was. And he was not playing. First of all, you paid $250,000. You paid a house. You paid private school tuition for however long. You paid 4 or 5 people. You know how much we begging for the American people to help with student debt? And
Yeah.
you paid that for you and your son to go.
Mhm.
And the crazy part is, like, I don't want to talk about, first of all, that was a very sad situation,
It was.
because
It was very sad.
there was a lot of people, not a lot, but there, what was it, 5 or 6 people on that
Yeah.
little vessel that lost their life and will never be recovered, because they were 12,000 miles, or however many miles. How many was it? 12,000, right?
I don't think was
Yeah,
$12,000.
it was because they said the Eiffel Tower and all this stuff. Like they were showing you the depths of how it was like 12,000. You know what? Ain't
They
nobody
should
got
have
a
been down
ain't
there.
nobody got a lot of kick it, Craig. Ain't nobody got a lot of cricket. Cricket.
Cricket? Ain't nobody got a lot of cricket.
We gonna find out. But now that company has gone bankrupt,
Yeah, of course.
now that they're not, they haven't, but they will. But and the wife of the husband and son that went, she
Mm.
was supposed to go. She was supposed to be on there with them.
Wow, that would have been a whole family
And
gone.
it was. No, she was supposed to go instead of the son. She gave
Oh
up her seat
wow.
at the last minute for her son to go.
Mm.
But one of the things that the contract states was you could pass away. That was one of the things that the contract stated is that you
New
could
York
pass
now.
away.
Jeez.
Let me see. Let me see. How deep is the Titanic?
It's
Oh,
way
look.
down.
All I had to do was how deep. How deep? Yeah, 12,500 feet. Thank you. I said miles. You
You said
right.
miles.
You
Hmm.
right.
Exactly.
I said
You're
miles.
welcome. You're welcome.
I knew the number. I didn't know the correct measurement. We just watched To the Max and dude they was talking about it's foots, it's feet. How come it ain't feet and how come I say mouths and not mouths? Mice.
Well, it's kind of like how people say we drive on a parkway and park in the driveway.
Oh, touche. Yeah. American language. You know what?
American,
Hold up.
we're backwards.
Me and this magnet ain't working.
No, that's
It's
when you
like
do the clapping sound. About time. Freedom! Freedom!
it's not working for me. We're gonna have to do those. They're too freaking big. I feel like my whole now I don't got none. That's all right.
You
We
look
just gonna
better.
make it.
You look comfortable now.
Ain't
At
nobody
first,
worried
for a
about
minute
it.
there, I thought your eye was just
It
kind of
was
going
like
down low, like Whitaker. It was going down low. It was like, it was hold me down. Oh shoot!
you better stop playing with me. I'm not playing. That's not even funny. You don't even talk to women like that. But it's
But
all in
you're
my
my
eyelash
sister, so
now.
you're not women. See that right
Wow.
there helps.
Wow.
You know, I'm just
No,
saying.
sir. No,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
No, sir. No.
Okay.
I still gets the what? Ooh.
What? Mm.
Never mind. I ain't even gonna say nothing. This is a family show.
It
I
is a
done
family
cussed 20
show.
times and it's a family show.
It is. It's a very family show.
But let's talk about the lady that the lady, where was she? Atlanta? No. Oh
What
my
the blind
gosh.
lady? We
The
already
lady
talked
that
about
got
what?
off work, saw the toddler on the side of the road,
Oh, in
and then
Alabama.
went missing. Alabama. They found her.
Right.
Dude. Now the same people that was praying for her, oh my God, I hope she's okay. Them is the same people talking about it was a hoax. Why? Because you prayed for her to be found and God said let her be found? Now it's a hoax? You people is crazy. Don't pray for me. Something
Man.
happened to me. Let the real saints pray for me. Pray
Right.
for me, saints. What the heck is going on here?
I don't know, man. It's been a lot of
It be
crazy
your
stuff.
own people.
It be your own people.
It be
Like
your
the
own
only
people.
time it wasn't our own people was when those one people went down to Mexico and
Oh, it
got
wasn't our own people on that Titanic escapade either.
no.
Wasn't even no listen. That I'm not okay. Let me stop it because I don't want to make fun of those people that lost their life. They truly did
No,
lose their life. But
you
at the
know,
same token, you went down there knowingly, paid $250,000. A couple of them were not successful, and this dude had a freaking Logitech controller. Stop playing with me.
it's kind of like this. There's certain places that we know not to tread, especially like going into the woods at night. We don't go around woods at night. We know that most black people don't go anywhere deeper than it coming up to your knees when it comes to swimming pools or large bodies of
Mm,
water.
I'm glad I'm not most black people when it comes to swimming.
Well, I'm just saying, I know how to
Well,
swim.
that's because I'm Hawaiian though and black,
Yeah,
so that we grew up swimming. So
I mean that's all you could do around there, man. You had
what happened?
water
Wait,
all around.
but I grew up here. Don't forget Juicy Smollett. What?
Juicy
What?
Smollett. Juicy
What?
Smollett was we talked about Juicy Smollett. That was back when we had the podcast
No, did
Rock.
something else happen?
No, I don't think something else happened to him. What else happened? So, oh, what
I
was
need
the
some edges. Nelly
okay?
and Ashanti got back together. I've been reading about that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Second time around.
Hey, but you knew when he went up there and hugged her at the verses, he was coming back for his baby.
Yeah.
But he'd be having, honestly, for him to be a rapper and, the reputation that most athletes and rappers and famous people have, he
Mhm.
really do be having some real long relationships. 10 years with her and 7 years with, sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh.
Yeah. He
He did.
he
He
be
did.
holding it down. You can
He
tell he's
did.
a family guy. I mean, he started off humbly. Working at UPS and going to the studio afterwards. You know,
Mm.
blowing up. So, it can happen. It can happen.
I
So,
remember when he was still in the clubs
oh yeah.
too, because, obviously St. Louis, but this skip hop in the jump, so we go up there and he
Mm,
be in the David, are you there? Okay,
yeah, I'm
I'm back.
here. You're getting a little choppy
My
over
thing, because my thing froze.
there.
Anytime I try to, yeah, my thing
You're
froze.
doing too much. That's what it is. You're doing too much. I
hmm
see. I see.
I
You over
tried to
there
do
doing too much.
something. I tried to do something, and it didn't work out in our favor. And so
Mm-hmm,
what had happened was I was doing too much. That's
mm-hmm,
absolutely what
mm-hmm.
had happened. I own it. I own it. I will
It's
own
okay.
it.
It happens. It happens to the best of us. So,
Yeah.
let's see. What else happened? So, the young lady ended up getting killed by her friends in Mexico.
Oh. That they didn't even charge them either. I
Oh
think the
yeah, they got
Mexican authorities were going to try
The
to, but
Mexican. No, they got her.
they did.
They extradited her back to Mexico. She's going to
Only
Mexico.
one of them.
Yeah, the one that was actually fighting her. Yeah.
She broke her spine or something, didn't she?
Hmm.
And then they just left.
Yep. And then went back to her mother's house and acted like nothing was wrong. Like she passed away from alcohol poisoning.
And that was supposed to be like the girl that invited her was supposed to be like her best friend.
Right.
But the other girls didn't like her. They were all jealous of her or something
Mhm.
from what I mean, you
Yeah,
know,
she was very successful, and that's the one thing about success. You just not everybody's in your corner. Not
no.
everybody wants to see you succeed. And I mean, I can say this about a lot of my friends, the people that I'm around, like you and the rest of the family. You guys have always
Yeah.
been, no matter what, like you could do it. Go out there and get this money.
Mhm.
If I get the money, we gonna get the money. If I get the money, that's us. I
And
think
that's
that's
how you've always been though too though. Don't downplay your own self.
yeah,
Because you've been the same with, especially with me. It's like, yo, let's talk about, well, why do you not do this? You're one of my biggest supporters. So
well, I
that,
mean,
but
you going back to what we talked about last week. I told you just need to get out of your own way and get out there. And I mean, I
yeah.
got told that so many times until it finally clicked, and it was like, look, I am the captain of my own ship. I got to get
Mhm.
out here and steer this where it needs to go, and then I can't wait on somebody else to come and save me or put me in a different predicament. I have to take the reins and ride this thing out myself. So, regardless of what's going on or how I feel, I dictate the outcome. I have to put forth
Right.
the and I see you putting forth effort with so many videos, and I see you cooking, and you keep telling me that you won't, you won't, you won't. And I'm like, dude, just take what's in you and
Yeah,
put
that
it out
that
there.
leap of faith sometimes is not easy because you got
So
to be
hold
like,
on,
yo,
hold on, real quick. Let me go ahead and tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you about church. See,
okay.
church this last Sunday it was about basically getting away from fear. And a
Mm,
lot of times we fear the unknown or we fear success because what if this actually blows up and does something?
And it
Am I
and it can
am
and
I
it will. It
am I
can and
am
it
I
will.
able to do it? Am I worthy to be able to do this? These questions play in your mind, but in retrospect, you got to think, why not? Why did you get blessed with the ability? Why do you have the mindset that
Yeah.
thinks like this? Because you've seen a problem, or you've seen the issue, or you've seen that, hey, this brings joy to other people. Let me do this because it doesn't even feel like it's work to you because this is your passion.
It's something I love to do, yeah. And my
Mhm.
husband always tells me I'm just kind of like, do I really, and he says he has a lot of words of encouragement too, and he's always just like, his biggest comparison is like, go to the bread aisle. That's his favorite thing. Go to
Mhm.
the bread aisle and look at how many different brands of bread there are in the bread aisle, and you tell me which one of them are not as successful. They're all equally successful because they're all literally in the bread aisle. Like, it's not just one brand of bread that you see that people get to choose from. Everybody gets to choose from, all these different brands of bread. So just because
Right.
someone else is doing something doesn't mean you shouldn't do it because they're doing it already. It means that there's room for you too, you
Oh yeah,
know?
most
And
definitely.
and I am a big fan. Like, he uses the bread, but I'm always like, when I'm telling people, because it's easy for me to motivate and inspire and encourage someone else. It's a lot harder for me to get out of my own way. But and that's a big thing when I think about encouraging other people, is that, it's easy to give advice,
Mhm.
but what happens when you take your own advice? You know what I'm saying? You start moving out of your own way. But
Right. I
one
say
of
the
my
best. I'm sorry to cut you off, but
No, you're
the
fine.
best contrast to that is nurses.
Mm.
Nurses, they give out to so many people that come into the hospital or wherever they're working at, but when it comes time for them to be taken care of, they are the worst patients.
Oh yeah, doctors too.
Yeah, yeah, they're
Doctors
the worst
too.
patients. So it's like you are the worst at it when it comes to yourself, having to accept it. But when it comes to giving it out, you're like an open door. It's
Right.
like you pour out so much to everybody else. It's not a problem, but you can't accept the same.
And the crazy part is that, even when you're trying to give encouragement for someone, especially with, like, in the food cooking industry, there's a lot of people that cook, a bunch of people that cook. But
Hmm.
when you think about it, like, nobody puts anything that you do, period. You can be cook, you can design logos, you can be in the IT field. The reason why people are more successful than others is because they put forth the effort, but there's the you in that. Like, you make turkey legs. There's a bunch of people in Kansas City that make turkey legs, but you guys, there's something that's special about your turkey legs. They're just freaking delicious. I make macaroni and cheese, and I don't eat a lot of people macaroni and cheese, but I will eat your macaroni and cheese. That sound pause. Wait a minute. Sorry, I can't be serious for 5 doggone minutes. 5 minutes, Lord. That's all I ask for. Just give me the serious
Not,
Gene for
not,
5 minutes.
look, look.
Anyway, you're probably one
We
of the rare
understand you're
people that
talking
I
about
yeah,
pasta. You're talking
yeah,
about pasta and cheese.
yeah.
Okay, all right.
But you got to put the you, like, there's no, everybody can do what you do, but the you in what you do is what sets you apart. Everybody's like, what makes you different? Me. Like, what the hell do you mean?
Mhm.
So I have to put that in my the back of my head, and I think, I'm really good at doing what I do, but I have to get into a seat to where I'm like, I pray for God, like, I pray for him to put me in front of people. Put me in front of the right people, and I would do what I need to do.
Mhm.
But then I get nervous because I'm like, oh Lord, am I ready? Yeah, you're ready, because I put you there because that's what you asked me to do. And I
Right.
I wasn't gonna put you there until you were ready. So I know you're ready. Just stop. But I look for guidance in people that have already done it. Like, what do you do here and what do you do? So it's like, but just like cooking, everything is a learning experience. Or just like designing logos, because we know that I do that too, which a lot of people
Right.
don't realize, because I don't put my work out, because there's a lot of people that design logos. But I do websites, I do all kinds of stuff. But what is one of the biggest things is, like, I take a lot of I take a lot of pride in what I do, and I'm not perfect, no, but I will sit there and critique every little thing to make sure that, okay, is my lining up right? Or is my seasoning right? Or what's that smell like? Or sometimes I'm like, I don't think this is it. No, this
But I
ain't it.
mean, we're our own worst, critics when it comes down to it. That's what it is.
He does. His macaroni and cheese is off the chain. He got some good macaroni and cheese. I got some, and that's what he knows. I got some good macaroni and cheese too. But I'm like, David, bring me a turkey leg and some macaroni and cheese. The greens got a little kick in the back of my throat. But my nephews, I was telling him last night, like my nephews only eat my macaroni and cheese. But when Mr. David make a macaroni and cheese again, they will tear his macaroni and cheese up. So
Mhm.
yeah,
I
he
looked
got
at
it
it like
too while he
this.
playing.
At the family reunion, they were saying that, I made a batch of macaroni and cheese and greens. And when my uncle came back and said, "Okay, nephew, this is what you doing now on. You making macaroni and greens." For that,
When
for
you
the
get
elders to
that,
give you that
yeah.
okay, they're like, you're good. You're
When
good.
you
The
get
old
that
ladies, when the
blessing,
old lady was like, "Young man, you did all right in there. You do
that's
something.
how I knew
You
I
do a
was
little
doing
something."
what I was doing with the. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. That's how I knew I was doing what I was doing with that sweet potato pie we talked about earlier. But here's the thing. I cook. I don't bake.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now I bake. But here, I guess. Okay, let me rephrase that. Let me back this one up. I cook, and in my mind, I don't bake. But in reality, I do, because you've had those carrot cake, uh
See, why do you
cheesecake
even have to bring
cupcakes.
that up? Because I
You've
only
had
had
my
that
peach
one time.
cobbler. You've had,
One
Lord.
time.
And listen, I'm
One
about to make
time.
some this week. I'm about to make some this week. But I mean, I do bake, and one of my
So
favorite
you
things is to do
bragging
everything from
about you making them
scratch.
this week. That means you're gonna give me some, right? You're gonna give me some of those carrot cakes or whatever cake you making or cobbler.
That you sound like Mike. You gonna give me some of them carrot cakes, girl?
I'm just saying, man, you can't be talking about the sweets like that and not give nobody none.
You really do
Like,
sound like
bro,
Mike. Don't be talking about
I'm like really
Mike.
contemplating, like, man, it
Mike,
was
I'm over
like
here selling
a
my
year
sweet
ago.
cheeks. I mean, carrot cakes. My cakes, not cheeks.
I ain't even getting no daggone cinnamon rolls. You made them big old John cinnamon rolls.
When I tell you, they were huge.
I know
It was
it.
like this,
Like,
but I was
still,
up until 6 o'clock in the morning because I was like, when I took, like, going back to what I just said about how I take everything seriously, and I just want to make sure that I stayed up till 6 because I wanted them to be fresh and still warm when they got them.
right.
I literally went down to the wire. I wanted them to be fresh and warm when they got them. And when I tell you, and I had made stuffed strawberry cheesecake the day before. So stuffed strawberries with cheesecake.
I'm about to
So I
stop
had this
my podcast.
strawberry.
Why are you
I'm over here
talking about
shaking.
all
Look
the
how I'm
stuff
doing
you
my.
made?
I had this strawberry lemonade sauce that I was going to use to dip my strawberries in, but I forgot to send it with the strawberry tray. So I still had it in a jar. So Mike was like, I'm going to take that with the catering order. I was like, okay. And I'm not thinking none of it. Who the hell wants strawberry lemonade on cinnamon? I was wrong. Lord,
You
was I wrong. That bottle came back empty, and I had orders for just the sauce and cinnamon rolls. Stop playing with me. God said, I'm going to put you where I need you to be. You just need to do what you need to do. So I said, okay.
okay. So,
Here I am.
yeah, on
And
the
here you
podcast.
are. Yeah.
Back on the podcast.
So many people kept asking us, and David, we probably got, we'll keep it at about an hour. We pushing that right now, but so many people wanted us to bring this podcast back. So many people kept saying, bring the podcast back because I want you to. You were on your mark, and I just want to say that the podcast went through some. Here you go.
I'm
Here you
just
go.
looking at the comment.
Oh yes, I sure do. You want me to ship? Hey, I ain't never did it before, but I can figure it out because plenty of people ship. I know one of my homegirls ships rum cakes all over the place. I'll call her and ask her what you do special to ship because I sure will. Black
Shoot,
ice or whatever, sure will.
I shipped a brisket to Atlanta last year.
Look, see what I'm saying? I'll ship a whole turkey meal.
That's what I'm talking about.
Y'all better stop playing with me.
I can have the giblets with it. Here you go.
I'm selling plates all the way to Nebraska. Y'all better stop playing with me.
Shoot.
But the podcast went through some transitions for sure. I've always wanted to have a podcast because I feel like I have so much to say, and there's so many topics that you could tackle. And so many people like to, I don't know why, people like to listen to us. But
Well, I mean,
we went through
comment.
phases. We
Yeah,
both had our own separate podcasts, but probably some of the most successful shows we had when We Time was first getting into it were the ones we did together. So I reached
yeah.
out to David and I was like, "Yo, what you doing Tuesday nights? Nothing. Well, we could keep. Let's do We Time. It's me and you time." He was like, "Let's do it because we are great together."
Mm-hmm.
And we were really gaining momentum at the towards the end of, and we took a hiatus because We Time took a hiatus because of my health stuff. And I was, at the time I was the host. I just had guests like David who were reoccurring, but now David is my counterpart in this. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I've said that 15 times on this show right now, but I really do appreciate
That's
everything
when you
that you
push the
do.
button.
Oh, oh,
Yeah.
it
Okay.
cuts off at the best part.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really do that is
Right.
the transition of the podcast. Now, obviously we have to build back up to the audience that we had before, which is okay. We can do
Yeah.
that. It's
But
gonna
I think
start off.
I think we'll be okay. I mean, you
Oh
got
yeah,
like
we're definitely, hell yeah, we're gonna
you
be
got you
okay.
got you got plenty of people on your side. I got a few people on my side, and then we got some crazy people in the comments. So they can go ahead and
We
start
got it
sharing.
all, and
It's
we're
coming.
gonna start going into
So
other
every
platforms too.
Tuesday at 7 o'clock
It's Central's time. Central's
Central.
time.
7 o'clock
Okay,
Central.
so I just got one more question. Like, this was a post that I made. If anybody doesn't follow Tish Kanani, follow, and you can follow my personal page. I don't care. Follow DJ Spin I Am and David Porter. But I posted something because one of my friends and I were talking about regulators, right? Did you see that post?
No, I was working.
So me and my friend were talking about, she was like, "You'll be proud of me because I was, gangster parenting." And this is a person of a different culture. And she was like, "I was gangster parenting, so you'd be proud of me." And we were on Snapchat having this conversation, and she's like, "Yeah, I told my daughter, um, I'm a regulator." So I'm like, "Wait a minute, which regulator are you? Are you Nate Dogg or Warren G?" And she was like, "Which one do you want me to be?" Like, to her daughter, that's what she's saying. "Which one do you want me to be, Warren G or Nate Dogg?" And I'm thinking to myself, you should definitely be Nate Dogg because Warren G was about to get his ass whooped. So I posted a status. I posted a status on who was more gangster and regulators, because if you really think about the lyrics,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Nate Dogg, Warren G was like, "I'm hemmed up in my own hometown," and Nate
Yeah.
Dogg was like 16 and
Yeah.
one in the hole. Nate Dogg is about to make somebody's go
Somebody's cold.
right. So we all know Nate Dogg was a thug in this,
Yeah.
and Warren G not so much. He was, and it was his song. Nate Dogg was featured on it, so technically Nate Dogg should have been the other one, but no, Nate Dogg was the actual regulator. So I just wanted to leave you guys with that word of wisdom.
I appreciate you bringing out such profound knowledge out of classic
Oh
hip
yeah,
hop.
oh yeah,
Yeah, the
classic hip
history.
hop. You know it. Can you do me a favor? Because I know you still have your guitar in your hand,
It's
and
not in
where?
my, but I got it. I got it.
Well, where is it? Let's see. First of all, thank you guys so much for tapping into We Time Podcast every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. with DJ Spin I Am and your girl Tish Kanani. And if you want to follow us on our different things, please subscribe to our YouTube channel so we can build our YouTube people up, and our Instagram so we can build our Instagram up, and subscribe and share to your friends, to our Facebook We Time Podcast page. And David is gonna do what he do. Ooh, come on, musician. David's a musician, a cook, and a construction supervisor. Okay, play some. Let's hear. Ooh, make them. What did Santana say? Make them chords cry.
Yeah, something like that. So now we know where
No,
my
I'm gonna take this comment down. I'm gonna take that comment down. He's a hater. Let's hear. Oh, that sounds like India Arie. Oh, that is India Arie. I forgot the words. Hold up. I could do that because I know the words. As soon as I figure out the words. Which one is that? Oh my
Like
gosh.
we da- 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 da-
Video,
da.
right?
Uh,
I'm not the average girl from your video. I wish you knew Steady Love. That's my shit.
yeah.
Oh, I know he can sing. Hold up, Janika. You must know Janika because she knows you personally. He's
That's
like,
because that's my sister. I can't sing.
oh, okay. So Janika, I've actually known David since I was like 19. We used to go in the studio together. That is how I met David years ago. We used to go into the studio and do different things, just play around because we never really did nothing. No, we didn't never put no songs out, but now we're working on some music right now. So yes, and I be trying to get him to do his thing, but David.
I don't know why. Everybody keeps on saying, boy, you can sing.
Most people that can songwrite are pretty decent musicians because you could the melody. Oh, I like them. See, that's what I need. Something bluesy. Doom do 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 da do da da. Give me some cool. Oh, go. Oh, is it off in my ear?
Probably.
We Time Podcast with David's Black Cat.
Oh, I can't stand you.
We Time Podcast. Yay. Hold on, let me put my mic in it. With Dave. Oh, hold up. That's too much. We Time Podcast with David's ugly ass. Okay, go back. Sorry. I'm just playing. Oh, doom. My foot started tapping. These Crocs.
Boom, 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 boom.
Boom.
So
I
anyway,
saw your baby mama at Church's Chicken. Why my dad loved Church's Chicken so much? My cousin said, "I'm so tired of Church's
he
Chicken."
got
And
the family talent. My sister can sing. She can sing.
dang, you got the family talent.
So I think you should take her butt to karaoke one night.
Oh yeah, most definitely every Wednesday. I need to write more. I need to write to that song. Don't even say nothing. Don't even respond. Jesus,
Hold
don't
on,
let him
what is that
respond.
song? How does that song go?
Let me hear it. I got stuck in one melody for that song. Okay, y'all, we should be done broadcasting, but we're gonna play around a little bit because this is what me and David do. That's not it.
Which song was
Hold on, I still got it on my phone. Cause you played it. You played the guitar. Yep, I think that you're about to catch it right there. When it's like a summer breeze. Here, acoustic treatment. Oh, I know that song. Oh. That one. Remember? I can't hear it. Janika, I do karaoke every Wednesday night in a competitive karaoke league. I can't hear it. I can only hear bits and pieces of it, not enough for me to catch a melody to it.
I wonder if it's just
That's sad.
settings. audio settings.
Da, da, da,
Maybe
da.
that will work. Can you hear it now?
Yeah, thumping in my ear. Listen, y'all. That's what we need to do next week. We just need to play around with the.
Play around with the guitar all the time.
No, I'm just playing.
I
But
can't do
listen, if you guys want to send some suggestions, what you guys want to see on the episodes, definitely do that. We Time Podcast. You can inbox us on, excuse me, Facebook, and all the other places. Janika, I'm a captain of a karaoke team. We do karaoke every Wednesday, um, based on themes at in Westport. So hit me up, and you more than welcome to come watch. Mm, mm, mm. Trust me, don't let the competition word fool you. We do got some really talented people, but we also have people that just come down to have fun. So definitely come down and check it out. David, you want to wrap up, my love? Oh no, my bad. Play
Sure,
us
I can
out,
wrap up.
David.
So
Play us out.
let's go ahead and do this. I know there's somebody out there
Oh my God,
under the
I'm
sun.
about to hit this end broadcast button.
No. But going back to what we've been talking about all night is just getting out of our way and actually getting out there and doing something.
I had to get my
And
eyelashes out
and
my way.
well, yeah, because you were looking like Forrest Whitaker with
Your
one
mama's
eye
son.
shut down. But I
I gotta be
digress.
real careful with that mama thing. Sorry.
Yes, you do. You do. You do.
I said her son.
Hmm.
Okay, anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, going back to what we were saying. As a child, I remember going to the swimming pool, and I loved to swim. I would swim all day long, but I was always scared to get too close to the deep end. But I didn't realize how much fun it was and the freedom you got when you took away all the boundaries.
Come
So
over
I
to the
remember
wild side.
so I remember the first time I climbed up the high dive, and I was just looking down and it just looked like I was just on top of a building, and I was so scared. I remember it was a couple times when I went to try to back down, but at those swimming pools, people are coming up. So they're
Mm-hmm.
coming up and they're like, dude, you already up here. You got to go. And I'm like, I don't want to go. It's like, look, we're going to push you off. So either you jump off by yourself or we
Or we're
push you.
gonna make you.
Yeah. But I remember the very first time I jumped off the high dive, and I didn't know how to jump off the high dive because I fell and did a big old belly flop and it hurt. But it was so much fun when I was this in the deep end. And I was like, usually you kicking up, bouncing up and down, when you're in the 5 foot. But to actually be out there and have the freedom to swim and figure out how fast I could go, how deep I could go, and how far I can go without having to come up for air, it was just like so liberating. So
Oh
taking
yeah.
that to life is don't be afraid to jump off. It may hurt on the way down, but once everything is subsided and you can realize that there's no more boundaries for you to be held captive to, only the sky's the limit, or the depth.
David Porter as the next Moana.
See, I was trying my best not to. I was trying to keep PG-13. See how
Listen, that is PG-13. Come on, you could be the next Moana. Let me just say this. I
you
agree with
see
you,
my
and I think that's why we balance each other out so well, because I feel like I spent so much of my younger years just like, oh, that's a thorn. Let me step on it and see how that feels. Let me put my finger in this here socket because my mom told me not to. Let me just beep. That was me. I learned lessons the hard
hard way.
way. But it was I've always been a free spirit. I've always just been a free spirit. And now in my aged and seasoned years, Uh,
Seasoned, huh?
my seasoned years. I'm learning a lot more balance because, my younger years, I was definitely just like, fuck it, let's try it.
Right.
You only live once. YOLO, I was doing YOLO before it was ever even in thought of, invented. I
Mm,
was always YOLO. I
I think
mean,
that's
we
everybody
could
until you
talk
figure
a
it
whole
out.
novel about it.
You don't
But
wake up the same way.
listen, listen, and you don't, honestly, you don't. And that was the excitement. It was just exciting. Like now, I'd be trying to tell my son, I always swore I was gonna be one of them parents that wasn't gonna say "cause I told you so." But now I'd be like one of those parents that said "cause I told you so." But
Mhm.
I realize now that some of those um lessons weren't because I'm trying to hold you back from doing what you want to do. I'm holding you back because I already know what's going to happen.
Right.
But in retrospect, you know what's going to happen. Like as an adult now with your kids, you know what's going to happen. But at the same token, you also know that you had to let them find out what was going to happen.
Mhm.
You had to find out what was going to happen for you to understand because some things hold more weight when you experience them than when you're told. Now, I'm not condoning anybody going out there and whatever. But like your analogy with the high dive, sometimes you just got to go jump off the high dive and be like, you know what, I'm not doing that shit again,
Right.
and
You
be
got to
done with it.
find out if you like it or not.
Right? Because I'm definitely afraid of heights now in my seasoned age, but back in the day, that wasn't the case.
Right.
I was on top. Like I don't even like going up to the top end of the bleachers to go watch football games and stuff. No, I'm gonna sit down low because that's just where I'm comfortable at. But
Mm.
back in the day, that wasn't the same. So you transition in life, but yes, I definitely agree with what you're saying because you do have to go on and experience. Hell, now I was jumping off the high dive. I don't even remember how I learned how to swim. We was little kids going in elementary school, walking around the whole neighborhood doing whatever we wanted to do, and now I'm all like, Mike, don't go up there, sweetheart. Get down, Mike.
You can't tell that little football player to get down nowhere.
Listen, and he's fearless. He's always been fearless. We was in Hawaii, and I mean, this boy was at least literally a quarter mile into the ocean, out
Oh
there
wow.
swimming with the turtles and stuff. And this boy can barely swim in regular water. You talking about rough currents in the ocean?
Hmm.
My cousin's like, I'm like, bring him back. He's like, brother, he good. I'm like, oh my God, my baby. And everybody said the same thing. You let Mike go out there? I didn't really have much of a choice because by the time I looked around, he was already gone. He was with my cousin Ola, and they were already out in the middle of the ocean. The scuba divers was the people that was diving was like right next to them on the boat.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and there
That's
was nothing I could do because I wasn't about to swim out there. So
you just
Ola
like
just gonna
you
have to
out
bring him back. Him and Mike. Oh yeah, I can swim. No, you can't, motherfucking liar.
there.
I mean, he
He's
can,
fat.
but I had to tell them that there's a difference between swimming in the ocean and swimming in. And this wasn't a tourist ocean because the tourist ocean they put blockers up to
Yeah.
catch the current, so it's not as rough,
Yeah.
right? No, no, we was out by we was in the hood of Hawaii.
Mm.
We was in that where the ocean is gangster as the people. Hell, might be more gangster. The ocean might be Nate Dogg and the people might be Warren G. But yeah, it was an experience. But I had to let him experience it. But I sometimes I regret it because now he thinks he can for real swim. Like he want to go jump in 12 feet. My guy, have you ever swam up from 12 feet?
I
The
mean,
lifeguard's looking at me like, "Let me do my job, ma'am." No, you are 15 years old. Let me do my job.
let that boy jump off that high dive.
Oh, he did, and he didn't do it again.
Oh jeez.
Nope.
He didn't come back
Mm-mm.
up.
Not fast enough. 2 more seconds, he was gonna let his mouth open up underwater, and he was going.
Mm-mm.
Now I be trying. I let him do his thing, but I am very much so involved in. We had a conversation today where he's like, "Just let me do this because you said I could. It's my decision." I
Oh
said,
wow.
"I said we would talk about it," and he was
He
just
said
like,
it's
"Well,
my decision. Like
no." He said
sometimes,
you said it was my decision. So he's basically telling me that I told him it was.
no,
He could
but
decide.
one thing about him, man, is just the way he thinks. Because sometimes he says some profound things like, little dude, who told you how to think like that?
No,
I,
sorry.
no, I'm just saying
We
because
weren't at Nanakuli Beach. That was the Nanakuli Beach was like 3 days later. We were at a whole different beach. I have to ask Pua, but it wasn't Nanakuli. We were at Nanakuli 3 days later. Sorry, go ahead, David.
why does it sound like y'all talking gangster over there? I was like, not a coolie, cool. Ah. Anyway,
You can't even pronounce Kanani, my G. Like, what are you talking about?
what Konami? What you say?
Keep on, and you gonna catch a Kunani.
Kunai.
Your eye gonna be black.
I'm already black. What are you
Your
talking about?
eyes gonna be black.
See, black.
Oh, trust me. Trust me.
No, but I mean, just like you said earlier, you would steal some pretty good things at that boy because he'd be saying some profound things, and I mean, he'd be like
Mm-mm.
logically reasoning with you, and it's like, dude, why are you even coming at me like this? There is no way your little 8-year-old self should be able to even come up with this concept
Oh
and
yeah.
like behind it 100% with confidence, like no
Yeah.
half jack, no. He's like, I'm coming with it. So
Yeah. And but he knows what's up. Like we had a conversation. Christmas, everybody knows Christmas is my favorite holiday. So I told everybody, threatened or told, however you want to look at it, don't ruin his Christmas because people like to tell the kids about certain figures or whatever.
mhm,
But Mike sometimes has an issue with how I address certain things with him,
mhm,
and he's like he's only 8 years old. He can't comprehend. Well, he has real, like you said, he has real conversations with me. He asks real questions. Mom, I saw this thing on TikTok, and what is this? And I'm just like, oh, that's a honor walk. Well, what's an honor walk for? And we have real. Well, why is this kid looks like he's 10 years old? Why is he getting an honor walk? Well, because in his situation, this is what happened to him. And so I'm really big on having a conversation with him. And I know people may not agree with my parenting with this, but I'm really big on having a conversation with him about, these kids unaliving themselves because of bullies and things like that. I'm really big on that conversation being open because I had two of my cousins, really three or four of them. But
mhm.
as an adult, like going into my teenage years and as an adult, two that were super close to me make that decision, and I wish I could have helped them change that decision. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you don't know what people are going through, and you
Mhm.
don't know when they may make a decision that they cannot take back. So
Right.
I try to, yeah, I joke a lot and we have fun, and I'm always, the comedian, but I also have those moments of this is why, and this is why you have to be a good person.
Mhm.
And this is why, that kid that everybody picks on in school because he's this or that. This is why you got to tell, even if you don't go play with that kid, you should be the one telling your friends, don't do that.
Right.
So I have to instill in him certain values along with his roasting characteristics,
Mhm.
to make sure that he gets well balanced, if you will.
You do a good job.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
You do a
And
good job.
he I think one of the things I'm screwing up though is that I need to stop cooking like I do. I need to, because now he thinks everybody mama should cook like me. And he had a nice little wake up call. This is not fried chicken. This ain't this fool said to somebody, this ain't even, is this seasoned? I don't think you seasoned.
Ah,
I was just like, oh, he's just give him a little bit of no, this is not seasoned.
so
I
get some
don't think,
hot
no, I
sauce.
don't want no more chicken. I don't want no chicken. This These noodles taste like hot water. And little kids, they don't whisper.
No, they don't. They don't
They
know
be
what
like,
whiskey is.
Mom, is this macaroni? Because I think this is just water. You know what? I don't think he's hungry. I think he'll pass. Are you gonna take me to McDonald's?
Shut up. Shut up.
Don't even get it. He don't even know how to read the room either. He don't even know how to read the
Because
room.
they don't have the filter yet.
He needs one. He needs one.
It's like I
But
can
then again,
hear
if
him.
you
I
think
can
about it,
hear him now. When you just said that, I can hear him.
And he be like, this ain't even seasoned. I
That
don't
little
think you didn't
dude.
this and honestly, if I make my chicken different, he will say something. He will roast me. What'd you do to this one? This tastes like dish soap. You can dish soap your ass to bed then. You ain't eating tonight.
That
He
boy.
would, and he's the sweetest thing, but he's getting to the point. He be like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" I be like, "I'm about to oh my god your face, boy, but stop playing with me."
Shoot.
Sometimes I'll be thinking to myself like, "Where, what in the hell? What happened to my baby that talks so country? Hey girl, oh, don't let me shut up. That's a whole new episode when he be trying to holler at the ladies. Hey baby girl, hey baby girl."
Ah, shoot. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, girl. You need to shut
Now
this
you
baby
need to go
down.
to bed. I'm good.
What
You
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 think I need
went
to go to bed?
over. Next week you better stay under 1 hour. But here's a dish. We actually had viewers the entire time. There was no point except for the first like 2 minutes that it went to zero. It was zero at the first like 1 minute or two. We did
Well,
pretty good.
that's cool. That's
Next
cool.
week, you guys, will be episode 2 of the We Time podcast with Tish Kanani, Kanani, Kanani. Okay. I'm going to be a tsunami on your ass, motherfucker.
Hey,
All
calm
right.
that down. Calm that
And
down.
when the pastor come on, I'm gonna watch my words.
Watch
But
this.
DJ Spin I Am and Tish Kanani, we tap in every Tuesday at 7 p.m. going live
Central
on all of
time.
our socials. Okay. Love
Okay.
you, bye. Love you, bye. Love you, bye.